Had ik het opgelost? Yeah, I'm with you. I was talking about my answers and bring them off.
Oh my God.
I'm saying I can't take all day.
Try to jot some answers down. What are you working on?
Sullivan County.
It's been a long day. Yes. It's been a long day.
Vanessa, you're not going to do, are you? You're not going to do, are you?
That EDM pass. Yeah, correct.
Maybe I'll ask you. Duck on the water here. Sitting up here, I'll have to feel like we're shaking underneath everything. It's what goes.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah, we're ready. Yes. You're ready.
Yeah. Hold on. That's ready. You ready?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm set up now.
Y'all good? Okay. All right.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce Mayoral Candidate Forum. Exciting time tonight. My name is Russ Rogers. I'm managing partner at Honda Kingsport, but mainly here as your 2022 board chair of your Kingsport Chamber. So thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope you'll take some time tonight to get to know these fine folks. And my hat's off to you guys. I just love it that there's so many people who might complain or Monday morning quarterbacking, but you guys are willing to jump out there in the ring and make a difference and sacrifice, and your family is a part of that too. So a lot of respect for what you guys are doing, so thank you for that. Just remind everyone, the early voting began yesterday at the Sullivan County Election Commission, and it'll start on the 18th at Civic Auditorium here in the Slater Center in Bristol. And so please use your voice and get out and vote. And the main election is May 3rd. So make sure you get out there and vote. Now tonight, our moderator is Josh Smith. Before I introduce him, not that he needs an introduction, I would like to thank our sponsors for tonight. And I don't say this flippantly, but without these sponsors, a lot of the stuff we do here doesn't happen. And these sponsors are for the 2022 Government Relations Event sponsors here at the Chamber. Appalachian Power, AT&T, Ballot Health, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, Bright Ridge, Charter Communications, Creekside Behavioral Health, Domtar, Eastman Credit Union, Tri-Cities Military Affairs Council, and Horizon Credit Union. So I thank all those folks for helping make this happen. But at this time, again, he needs no introduction. He's famous around here. I would like to introduce tonight's moderator, News Channel 11 ABC Tri-Cities anchor Josh Smith. Josh Smith anchors the weekday evening news on News Channel 11. For over 20 years, he has been part of the team at the region's first television station. A native of the Tri-Cities, Josh and his wife Kristen have been blessed with 3 children, 1 graduating, 1 in the 3rd grade, and 1 in between. Now Josh also is famous for being the MC part of our Kingsport Chamber dinner as well. So help me welcome Josh Smith.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome, and thank you very much to the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce for inviting me to be the moderator of this event. I will say on the front end, they have made my job extremely easy because the rules of this event have been set by the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce. The questions for the candidates has been set by the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce. I'm essentially a talking head. And I've only once or twice this week been accused of that already. So it's my pleasure tonight to be here, and I really hope that for all of you, this is rewarding, enjoyable, and for those who are watching here in this audience and at home, that it is for you motivation to vote and a bit of clarity about for whom you want to vote. So we want to say welcome tonight to our viewers, to our audience who is here. It is nice to have an audience, I gotta say. I don't know about you, but I'm really, really glad for that. We also want to say hello to our viewers at home, because we are joined virtually tonight by people who are watching the Kingsport Chamber's Facebook page, also by people who are on the Kingsport Times News website, and also who are viewing us tonight on WJHL.com. So you're on the TV, you're on the internet, you're everywhere, and so we hope that those of you at home can gather something from this tonight and that it's rewarding for you. Heads up that if you are at home, you're welcome to comment. However, your questions will not be answered. We'll be taking no questions from the audience tonight. You're welcome to talk about the poor quality of the moderator in the comments section there on WJHL.com and the Times News and Facebook. I'll just say he has good intentions, and he's working for free tonight. So with that, I'm going to read to you our rules as set out by the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce, and I think I'm going to read it to you, actually. This is our format for the evening. Each candidate will have an opening and closing statement. Each question asked will have a specific set time limit. The timekeeper is Miss Laura Barnett here, and she's the master. She's a real master of ceremonies here, so let's just be honest. She's going to hold up a green card when it indicates you have 30 seconds. She's going to hold up a yellow card to indicate you have 15 seconds. And then when you're over time, there's going to be this red laser dot that appears on you. No, she's going to hold this red card here, which says stop. And if you exceed the allotted time, you won't be asked to stop. That's just not the place we want to go. Each candidate has provided a set number of questions, ahead of time. You know what the question's going to be. When it is your turn to answer a question, you will draw a number that corresponds with my list, and that will determine the question I'm going to ask you. So you don't know which question you're going to get, but you've had a chance to prepare. We want you all to know that, so I'm not like flying blind and throwing stuff at them. It's not happening. You will draw a different number each time it's your turn to answer questions. You will have 4 30-second rebuttals, which are to be used at your discretion. You are in charge of your rebuttals to either an opponent's answer, or you may use your rebuttal opportunity to extend an answer. That's up to you. And again, they have to be used prior to the end of our event tonight. It's use them or lose them. And I want to stress, it's up to you. We will not take questions again from the audience or those at home, and I will just add in that I will, at my discretion, if I don't understand what in the world you just said, I might ask you to clarify, so just be prepared for that. All right, the order of responses has been determined by a drawing of numbers prior to the event. Candidates are seated based on the numbers that they chose, and they are as follows. Val George, you can raise your hand. Also, Bobby Weaver, Angie Stanley, and Richard Venable. We're going to draw names at the end to determine the order for responses for closing statements. So that's another drawing that we'll do later on. And again, we are live on Facebook and online tonight for the Times News website, WJHL. Welcome in, everybody. Your opening statements will be 1 minute in length, 1 minute, and your closing statement will be 1 minute 30 seconds in length. And each question will be 1 minute in length. Got it? Got it. All right. That doesn't mean you have to go a minute, but you have that much time. And with that, we are going to begin. Now, first off, in order to get to know each of you, we invite you to take 1 minute. This is not one of the questions, by the way. To introduce yourself, tell us about you, specifically one thing about yourself that people may not know. We will start with candidate Val George, 1 minute as a way of introduction. And this is not your opening statement, by the way. This is just a, who are you?
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for being here. My name is Val George. I'm a lifelong citizen of Sullivan County. I was raised here, went to school here at George Washington Elementary, John Sevier Middle School, Dobbins Bennett High School, and East Tennessee State University. I had actually my first internship through the Kingsport Chamber, so I'm very familiar with where we're at. One of the things I do is I'm a real estate agent for Sullivan County and for our area. I work for Blue Ridge Properties, which is a family-owned business and has been owned and operated for over 50 years in this area. I do a lot of volunteer work for our area and through different clubs. I was a part of Leadership Kingsport. I've done Meals on Wheels. I've done Rotary Club. I really love this area, and part of my job is getting to tell people why I still am in this area, why I enjoy this area, and what all we have for them. Thank you.
George, thank you very much. Candidate Bobby Weaver, 1 minute by way of introduction. One thing about you we don't know.
Well, I'm Bobby Weaver. I'm happily married to my wife Hannah, and I went to school at Sullivan East High School, and I'm a volunteer fireman. I'm serving as assistant chief and also serve as vice president on the board at the Hickory Tree Volunteer Fire Department, and I've lived in Sullivan County all my life.
Weaver, thank you very much. Angie Stanley, 1 minute by way of introduction.
Thank you, Josh. My name's Angie Stanley. I am running for Sullivan County Mayor. I am a lifelong resident of Sullivan County. I've been married to my wonderful husband back there for 23 years. We have 2 beautiful children. Our son attends Northeast State, and our daughter will be attending ETSU in the fall. And I am also a current Sullivan County Commissioner for District 7.
All right, thank you, Ms. Stanley. And Richard Venable, 1 minute of introduction.
Thank you, Josh. I'm Richard Venable, your current mayor. I wasn't born in Sullivan County, but I got here as fast as I could. I've been here for 50 years this year. My wife Phyllis and I live here in Kingsport. We lived in Indian Springs for 24 years. I'm on my second career, quite honestly. I started a business here in Kingsport in 1989. Trucking business. I borrowed $10,000 and we started a trucking business. Ran it for 25 years. I've been privileged to serve Sullivan County in several areas. In the State House for 6 years, where I was in leadership. And of course, was first elected mayor in 2002 and retired then and thought I was through, but I came back in 2014 and I'll tell you why. I think Laura's got the stop sign up, so I'll obey the law. Thank you.
We have plenty more opportunities for that, for sure. And we want to now move to the opening statements. That was not the opening statement. This is 1 minute from each of you. We'll start with you, Val George. Your opening statement before we begin questions.
All right, thank you. I'm running for Sullivan County Mayor to really provide and give a voice to everyone in our area. You know, I think right now that people are getting left out and not being heard. I want to make sure everyone has the same opportunities and to make our area grow, because we're not expanding up, we're expanding out. We need to make sure everyone has the services that we need. Right now, a housing shortage is a problem. We need to keep our area growing and building houses and developing our area, making sure our infrastructure is good and that we support our schools and our hospitals.
Opening statement now from Bobby Weaver.
I'm running for Sullivan County Mayor to make Sullivan County a great place to live, and I'm just a hard-working country boy that don't lie, tell you the truth. I might not tell you what you want to hear, but I'll tell you the truth, and that is why I'm running for mayor.
All right, Bobby Weaver, thank you. 1 minute opening statement from Angie Stanley.
Thank you. Like I said earlier, I'm a current county commissioner, and I'm also a business owner here in Kingsport for over 32 years. I want to use my business experience to pay down our debt and learn to live within our means here in the county. I will be completely transparent